Welcome and a pleasant good afternoon. My name is Spencer Terry here on the BWYellowJacket.com for some 1 o'clock football action. Not Penn State, Ohio State, none of the big college games, but here in Berea for Baldwin Wallace taking on the Fighting Muskies of Muskingum. Both teams 4-3. Let's take a look at the Yellow Jackets. And again, we talked about the meetings of these teams pregame over the PA announcements. These teams are meeting for the 67th time this year. The Yellow Jackets holding the 51-13-2 all-time series lead, including winning the last 16 of 18 games. And in the last 18 meetings, BW has outscored the Fighting Muskies by a margin of about 566 to 279. Take a look at the Ohio Athletic Conference standings at the top. Marietta, number 25, ranked 7-0, and right below them, number 4, Mount Union. Those two will play each other next week in what will be the game of the week that week. Just below Mount Union, John Carroll, 5-2. And then below John Carroll, your Yellow Jackets, 4-3, and right below them, the Fighting Muskies at 4-3 as well. So it should be a pretty good game here today. Again, in the last 18 games, Baldwin Wallace has come out the victor in most of them. We will look to see if that trend continues today. Muskingum won the toss. They defer to the second half, which means the Yellow Jackets will receive to start the game. So it'll be Charlie Bubonics and his offense we'll see first, and after that, we'll see the offense of the Muskies, led by Garrett Gurney. Whistle's blown. 1 o'clock start time is the time the game is supposed to start, and we are underway. The kickoff is gone. Back deep for the Jackets. It'll hit the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And here comes number 7, Charlie Bubonics, leading this offense out on the field last week. A rough game, to say the least. The Jackets played a tough matchup of Marietta. 98 yards passing, 94 yards rushing, only 192 total yards. And the defense allowed 47 points on 363 yards passing and 128 rushing yards for just under 500 yards total. So the Jackets looking to bounce back, become 5-3, and hope for a John Carroll loss to be tied in that third place spot. First snap of the day for Bubonics is a pass. Right side, cuts, completed to number 11 for about a gain of 1, if that. It'll be Vinny Lamello to start the Jackets offense out on the day. And they won't even give him the yard, so 2nd and 10. Or matter of fact, it's going to be a loss of yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. Bubonics snap. Handoff out the middle for about a gain of 3. It'll be George Lindenberg on the carry, the starting back next to Bubonics all day. Again, two teams right in the middle of this Ohio Athletic Conference, both looking for a win here today. Below Muskingum is Ohio Northern. They're 4-3, so a little bit of a standstill in the middle of this conference, and a win for the Jackets would be big. Third and 7 now. Bubonics drops back. Looking for a receiver on the right side. Scrambles, still in the backfield. Deep down the middle. Catches, intercepted. It was bobbled off the hands of the Yellow Jackets. Now it's intercepted by number 7, Devin Roebuck. Still going is Roebuck at the 40, at the 35. Roebuck at the 30, and Roebuck all the way to the 25. A pass from Bubonics into about double coverage. There was 2 receivers there for the Jackets, and there were 2 defenders there for Muskingum, and the ball was just tipped into the air right into the hands of Devin Roebuck. He didn't even have to move, and he takes it all the way back to the Yellow Jackets 25, where that offense will start its drive. So on 3rd and 7, Bubonics tries to take a shot downfield. If it's completed, the Jackets are in Muskingum territory, but again, tip pass leads to an interception, and now we will see Garrett Gurney and his offense take the field for the first time today with 13:33 to go. First play, drop back Gurney, pass left side field, has a receiver, catch, no, incomplete. Great defense from the Jackets. That was number 35, Dom Tromba, who came up with the pass deflection and what could have been a touchdown if that pass is completed. Jim Hilbert, the head coach of BW in his 8th season, record of 46-23. 2nd and 10 now for the Fighting Muskies. 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pass is caught. Tackle is missed. Still going is the Muskies. A gain of about 8, which could have been stopped a lot sooner. Garrett Scott is the receiver on that play. Brings up 3rd and 4. Muskie offense, which was hurry up to start this, and now slowing down a bit. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Back in the field behind Gurney. Pass, right side, caught, catch is made, first down, Muskies. Trevante Kitt is the receiver who makes the grab. And they'll get a new set of downs. It'll be 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line with 12:20 to go. Handoff right up the middle. Still going, pushing. A gain of about 4 or 5 for the Muskies. Bryce Sanders was the one to pick up the tackle. It was Slago who was the back on the play. So a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 with just under 12 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Slago behind Gurney. Gurney, fake snap. Or fake handoff, Pass was intended for Trevante Kitt. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Jacket defense, trying to stand tall and hold the Muskies to a field goal after the interception. So it's 3rd and 6, 11:43 to go. The Muskies on the what looks to be Jacket 8-yard line. Quarterback keeper with Gurney. Goes for a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down. A great stand by the Jackets defense, and they're able to hold this offense to maybe what will be a field goal unless, no, the field goal unit will come on. So the Jacket defense stands tall. And Muskingum will come on to attempt the field goal from about 24, 25 out. Aaron Myers is up and is good. The Muskies score first. They're up 3-0 with 10:56 to go. It was Aaron Myers who was able to kick the field goal up and good. It was Roebuck on the defensive side. Again, Muskingum won the toss. They deferred. The Yellow Jackets had the ball to start the game. 3rd and 7, a deep pass downfield is tipped and intercepted and taken all the way back to the Jacket 25-yard line. But a great job from the Jackets defense to hold the Muskies to only 3 with what could have looked like it would have ended in a touchdown. Take a look at the Muskies in Week 7. Muskingum scored 24 points on 296 total yards, or 296 yards passing, It's only 73 yards rushing, which totals up for about 369. Heidelberg scored 52 points on 248 yards passing and 225 yards rushing for a total of 473 yards. Again, here we see the kick. The Jackets will return at this time at the 10, 15, 20. Escapes one tackle and is brought down just around the 23-yard line. It was Tyrone Singleton who returned the kickoff that time. If you're just joining us, Muskingum leads 3-0. The Jackets got the ball first through an interception deep downfield. And the defense held the Muskies to just 3. Now for the Jackets. Trips to the left, 1 to the right. And in the backfield is Lindberger. Pass to the left. Caught. Has blockers at the 30. Still going at the 35. Enough for what will look to be a first down. We'll see where they mark it. And they will give him the first down. We're waiting to see what they did. The catch was made by Vinny Lomello. So it'll be a Jacket first down, 1st and 10. Ball is on the 33-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Dropping back. Bubonics. Catch is made for a gain of about 4. That time it was Oliver Keller. So that'll bring up 2nd and 5. They give him about 5 on that pass completion. And the Jackets with a little bit of a hurry-up offense. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Bubonics talking to his center, Don Biagiotti. Dropping back. Pass over the middle. Caught. A gain of about 3. They'll be about 2 yards short. It'll be 3rd and 2. Vinny Lomello again with the catch, his 3rd reception of the day already. 3-0 Muskingum with about 9:20 to go here in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Lindberger to the right of Bubonics. Haven't seen him do a lot today yet. Still early. And there you go, as he calls his name, up across the middle. First down and more. Into Muskie territory. It's a Yellow Jacket first down. George Lindberger. Enough to get the first down and more for the Jackets. And again, no huddle. They're going right back into it. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's Connor Awad to the left, 2 to the right. Now 1 switching to the left. The motion. Handoff goes to Lindberger up the right side. Has a blocker. And we'll get about a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 with 8:30 to go in the first quarter. Again, no huddle yet. The Jacket offense has been hurry up pretty much this whole possession. 8:10 to go. Bubonics dropping back, looking across the middle, has his man. First down and more for the tight end, number 88, Austin Shuck. And this Yellow Jacket offense is moving after the interception on their first drive. Everything looks smooth here on their second drive. Cameron Barnhouse was the one who was able to bring down Austin Shuck and stop any further yardage. There was a little bit of an opening in the middle, but just not enough for Shuck to break any more tackles. 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Lindberger up the middle, a gain of about 7. A huge hole up the middle opened up, and Lindberger took his chance. And that'll bring up 2nd down. It'll be 2nd and 4. They give him 6 on the run. Heidelberg at Otterbein. That game started at 12. Mount Union plays at Capital at 1:30. Wilmington at Marietta at 1:30. And then the other game at 1:30 as well. Pass complete by Bubonics and more on the left side of the field. First down for the Jackets. First down for the Yellow Jackets. Again, that final game was John Carroll at Ohio Northern at 1:30. So a lot of games all over the place. It is Saturday. It's college football day. 1st and 10, 6:35 to go. Muskingum leads 3-0, but the Jackets threatening. Bubonics looks sideline. Catch. Are they going to rule it a catch? What a catch. A toe tap. I mean, what a catch, able to get the 1 foot down. That's all you need in college football. It was the tight end, Mason Williams, and that's a first down. It's now 1st and goal at the 9-yard line of the Muskies. So after allowing an interception and a field goal, this offense has responded very well. Receiver to the left, 3 receivers to the right for Bubonics. Bubonics dropping back, looking to the right. Shot at the end zone, no one's there. Incomplete. It looked like he was targeting, again, number 86, Mason Williams, but Williams wasn't even in the area. He was just a little bit outside of it. So that'll be 2nd and 9 with 5:59 to go. The Jackets cannot get another first down unless by way of a penalty flag. But if you're the Jackets, you're looking to score here. Again, after the defense holds up for the field goal, and now you march down a 75-yard drive. Lindberger with the handoff is stopped immediately at the line. He might even lose a yard on that, and that'll bring up 3rd down. Tulio Malone, the one to stop Lindberger from going anywhere, and he will lose a yard on that. It'll be 3rd and 10 at the Muskingum 10-yard line. Bubonics looking to the sideline for the play call on 3rd and 10. This could be considered 4-down territory, but since you're down 3, you've got to think that the Jackets will just take the field goal if they can't convert on this 3rd and 10. 3 receivers to the right. Bubonics, fake handoff, across the middle, slant, wide open for a Yellow Jacket touchdown. It's number 1, Connor Awad. A perfectly run play, was trips to the right, 2 receivers hit the right side, and Awad just comes right across the middle on a slant and was untouched going into the end zone. A Yellow Jacket touchdown makes it 6-3, Baldwin Wallace. Now to attempt the extra point, it'll be number 41, Joseph Evans. Evans kick up, no good, hits the left crossbar, so it will remain 6-3, but what a drive from the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. You start off with an interception, your defense holds to a field goal, and then you drive down 75 yards, and score with a little slant route from Charlie Bubonics to Connor Awad. A beautifully drawn up play, and it's 6-3. The only other game that has started is the Heidelberg-Ottenbeyer game, or the Otterbein game, and that is 41-7 in favor of Heidelberg. All the other games start at 1:30, so in about 15 minutes, those games will get underway. Plenty of college football to watch today. 6-3 here at Baldwin Wallace. Back deep to receive for the Fighting Muskies, number 6, Davey on Grant. Both teams 4-3, looking to become 5-3 today. The kickoff is away. Grant will receive it about the 5. Now at the 10, 15. Up the middle, slips at the 20-yard line. They'll mark him at around the 19-yard line. So now we get a chance to see this Yellow Jacket defense and what they can do without being stuck in their own territory to start. Now, again, not ideal for your defense to come in first possession of the game defensively wise and be at your own 25. Now they'll get a chance to stop this Fighting Muskies offense at their own 19. So the Jackets with a lot of leeway here. Gurney, 2 receivers to the left. He hands it to his running back, Slagle, up the middle. He'll get about 3. It'll be 2nd down. It'll be 2nd and 7. They gave him 3. This Yellow Jacket defense led by number 0, Jonathan Dixon. He's been the man, the captain on this defensive side of the ball. Handoff goes to Slagle again. Right side of the field, stopped. No gain, maybe 1 yard. And that'll bring up third down. J.D. Krause, the defensive lineman, able to get up on Slagle early and get him down, and they didn't even give him a yard. So it'll be 3rd and 7 at the Muskies' 22-yard line. Got 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Gurney. And now Gurney will slow things down, look to his sideline for a play call. Kitt is over on the left side, along with 2 others. Gurney looking left side, scrambling, has 2 Jackets after him, slips, falls, sack on the play by the Jackets. It was number 10, J.D. Krause, who got to him. Gurney sensed he was behind him, stumbled a little bit, and to finish it off, it was number 10, J.D. Krause. Brings up 4th and 8, a loss of 1, and the punt unit will come on for the Fighting Muskies. Aaron Myers will be the one back to punt for the Fighting Muskies. Punt is up. It'll be short. And the Jackets will get it in Muskingum territory. It was a high one. Didn't really go too far. It'll be at about the 48-yard line of the Fighting Muskies is where the Yellow Jackets will take over again for the 3rd time today. Again, first drive, interception, second drive, passing touchdown to Connor Awad. And now on this 3rd drive, the Jackets return to see what else they can do. 2:55 left to go in this first quarter. 6-3, Baldwin Wallace leads the Fighting Muskies. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff goes up the middle to Lindberger. A gain of about 1. No, it's going to be Tyrone Singleton on the carry for the Jackets. So he gets about a yard, if that, and it'll bring up 2nd down and long. They will give him nothing. It'll be 2nd and 10. Singleton still the back for Bubonics. 3 receivers to the right as well. Motion from Mikel Love. Now into the backfield. Handoff to Singleton again on the left side. Has a little bit of a hole. Still going. 7 yards. 8 maybe. An 8-yard gain for Tyrone Singleton. And now it's 3rd and short for this Yellow Jackets offense. He mentioned earlier that Bubonics was talking to his center, Dominic Biagiotti. Biagiotti went to Padua, which is where I went to Padua. Now, if he remembers me, I don't know. We didn't really talk a whole lot, but Padua guy on the field and a Padua guy up here in the press box. Biagiotti, his senior year. Bubonics, 2 receivers to the left, 2 stacked on the right. Motion from the left. Slant down to number 11 in the backfield. Has some blockers on the right side. Still going. 1st down and more. Vinny LeMayo, is able to get the Jackets their 1st down. So after 2 good rushing attempts from Singleton and a slant in the backfield, it's a 1st down for the Jackets, and they're going hurry up. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Singleton still the back next to Bubonics. He'll get the carry up the middle, a gain of about 3. Brings up 2nd down. Tackle on the play was made by number 95, Nathan Thomas. Still Singleton to the left of Bubonics. He's also got 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. The one to the right, Mikel Love. Dropping back, looking across the middle, scrambles, no. Will end up passing to Tyrone Singleton, who completes the catch and gets maybe a yard, if that. No, he's going to lose a yard, matter of fact. So that'll bring up 3rd and 8 with about 30 seconds left in the first quarter, and that will do it for the first quarter. Most likely we'll wait to see if the Yellow Jackets run another play before time expires. 3rd and 10. 20 seconds on the clock. Baldwin Wallace leads 6-3. And we're going to get a whistle blown wait to see what the call is. 17 seconds left on the clock when the whistle was blown. Clock resumes, 15 seconds, and now it looks like the Jackets will just stand and wait. So, end of the first quarter, the Yellow Jackets lead the Fighting Muskies 6-3. Again, the Muskies won the toss. They deferred. Baldwin Wallace on their first opening drive were looking to go 3 and out. It ended up in an interception, returned to the Yellow Jacket 25, and the defense stood tall and only allowed a field goal. And then the next offensive possession, Bubonics and his offense came all the way down the field, had to settle for a touchdown, but missed the extra point. And now on their third drive here, it's 3rd and 10 on the Muskingum 34-yard line. And out of range for a field goal. Unless Justin Tucker has made an appearance on the Baldwin Wallace sideline, I think it's just a bit far for Joseph Evans. We took a look at the conference standings. We looked at the records of the teams, the conference records, 6-0 for Marietta and Mount Union. John Carroll's 5-1. Baldwin Wallace and Muskingum both 3-3. So again, this is a big in-conference game as well. Ohio Northern 3-3. Heidelberg is 2-4. They're beating up on Otterbein right now, so they could move to 3-4. Wilmington 1-5, and Capital all the way at the bottom with an 0-6 conference record. And again, next week, Ohio Northern plays here. So that'll be another good one for Baldwin Wallace. And then the game of the week in that conference would be the big ranked Marietta at Mount Union. And it's funny because Marietta is ranked number 25. They're at the top of the PAC, or the Ohio Athletic Conference. I was about to say the President's Athletic Conference is the conference I announced for 4 years down in PA. But we're here at the Ohio Athletic Conference. Marietta is at the top, ranked 25, but below them is number 4 ranked Mount Union. Here's 3rd and 10. A pass to Singleton. He's got blockers up the middle. Enough for the first down and more. Still on the right side, still going, and all the way to the Muskingum 18-yard line. A great little pass to his back, Tyrone Singleton, and that'll be another Jacket first down. As I said, I announced for 4 years at Waynesburg. Now, the good thing is I went to Waynesburg, and they were with the Yellow Jackets. We're here with the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. So the team name, not a problem. The conference, it'll get there. Don't you worry. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Bubonics. Singleton still the back. Bubonics dropping back, looking left side, now over the middle. Has a wide open receiver. Touchdown! Yellow Jackets wide open yet again was number 11, Vinny LeMayo. Another beautifully drawn up play. LeMayo was just untouched as he walked into the end zone. 12-3. The Yellow Jackets now lead the Muskies. 2 passing touchdowns for Charlie Bubonics. 1 goes to Awad, and the other one now to Vinny LeMayo. And it's Joseph Evans back to attempt another extra point. He missed the first one. That's why it's 12-3. Here is the second one. That one is good. Makes it a 13-3 ball game, and Baldwin Wallace leads by 10 with only 14-16 left in the second quarter. Almost 1:30, which means the rest of the games around the conference will start. The leaders on the offensive side of the ball, it's been all Charlie Bubonics. 153 of 214 passes, and that's good for an OAC 4th best, 1497 yards passing, and he's 3rd in the conference of passing touchdowns. That's 17. He's also 2nd in the league with a 715 completion percentage. And then it's Lindenberger, we haven't really seen. We didn't see him at all on that drive. That drive was all Singleton. So we'll keep you updated on the status of Lindberger, but he's the lead back for this Baldwin Wallace team. 317 yards, 75 carries, 1 touchdown. Kickoff goes back. The Muskies have it now at the 20, at the 25. Missing a tackle at the 30. Still going all the way to the 36. A great spin move. And that'll give the Muskies some great field position. It was number 6, Davion Grant, who puts the Muskies in a pretty good spot. They're going to mark him at the 38-yard line. So about a 28-yard return for the Muskies and Grant. Two receivers to the left, one to the right for Garrett Gurney. A little flip to Slagle on the left side. He gets about 2. It was a fake to Trevonte Kitt, and it ended up being just a little toss to the back. Elijah Slagle, it'll bring up 2nd down. So again, with what looked to be a rough start for the Jackets after throwing an interception on 3rd and 7, they've come back on their last 2 drives and scored touchdowns. Bubonics to Awad and Bubonics to LeMayo. Handoff up the middle, or no, it'll be a quarterback keeper for Gurney. He gets to about the 43. It'll be 2nd down, or 3rd down, 3rd and 5. He got about a yard on the carry. 13-3 in favor of the Yellow Jackets. 13 minutes to go in this second quarter. Gurney, pass to the right. Catch is made. 3 Yellow Jackets. They're a swarm of Yellow Jackets. Brings it down just short of the yard to gain. It was Travis Roberson who made the catch. And now the offense of the Muskies have some decisions to make. They are at the 46. They need to get to the 48, so it's 4th and 2. And surprise, surprise, the offense is still out on the field. Some movement on the line. 3 receivers to the left. Now it looked like it was going to be a little quarterback tush push. Now dropping back. Pass complete. 1st down. And a great play call by the Muskies. It'll be Davion Grant who gets about a gain of 3. Good enough for a Muskies 1st down. Down 13-3 or 4th and 2 in your own territory. A little bit of a risky play call, but they go ahead and get it. Eric Yeiter, the head coach in his 7th season, has a record of 22-28, an OAC mark of 17-28. He is 0-6 against Baldwin Wallace, still looking for his first win. Gurney, handoff up the middle. Big hole for Slagle. 11, 12, 13 yards for the back, and that's another Muskie 1st down. So about 11:30 to go in this second quarter, 13-3. Jackets lead. The defense of the Jackets looking to the sideline for their play calls. 2 backs in the field for Gurney. He's got a receiver close to the right and a receiver far to the left. Now that close right receiver moves to the left side. Handoff again to Slagle. Up the middle, another big hole. Gets a gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 with 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. And don't miss next week. Senior Day will be next week for all the football and cheer team. It's their last home game of the season before they finish off on November 16 at Heidelberg. A 4-3 Baldwin Wallace team looking to become 5-3 overall and 4-3 in the conference. And the same way goes for the Muskies. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for Gurney. Dropping back, left, has his receiver Kitt open. On the left side, open for a 1st down and more. It's Trevonte Kitt to about the 27-yard line. 1st down, Muskies. So now after an interception by Baldwin Wallace and 2 touchdown drives, and nothing really from this Muskingum offense, on their 3rd drive, we finally see some life in the Muskingum offense. 10-14 left in the second quarter. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Davion Grant's on the right, Kitt on the left They're joined by Roberson as well on the right side. A little foot behind. It's a receiver. He looked like he was going to pass, but he's going to keep it. Treviante Kidd all the way up the middle. 20, 10. And he'll get to about the 9-yard line. A little trick play action. It looked like Gurney was going to keep it. And then he flips it back to Trevante Kidd, who was looking downfield for either Roberson or Grant, and decides to keep it. And a great decision by Trevante Kidd. He had a huge hole on the right side, and now a huge gain ends up in a first down for the Muskies. So it'll be 1st and 10 on the Yellow Jacket 12-yard line. 9:25 left in this second quarter. A back on each side of Gurney and a receiver on each side. Gurney dropping back, looking, has his man open, caught a gain of, we'll say 4. Davion Grant was the receiver who made the catch. It'll be 2nd and 3 now. And they can get the first down. The ball is on the 5. The first down marker, is on the 2. A little bit of a huddle action we see from the Fighting Muskies. 8:45 to go in the second quarter. Baldwin Wallace leads 13-3. Back-to-back touchdown drives from the Jackets, and now the Muskies looking to respond down 10. Gurney is going to keep it up the middle. Has a hole, pushing short. He's not in. But the question is, did he pick up the first down? I believe he did. So Gurney doesn't get the touchdown, but he gets a fresh set of downs. And the Muskies, who are at the 1-yard line, will have 4 separate tries at this. You've got to think this is 4-down territory, especially at the 1. Quick huddle. Quick go. Gurney keeps. Hand off to Slagle. Drives over to the right side. And in. Elijah Slagle dives over a few defenders and in for a Muskingum touchdown. That'll make it 13-9. So some offense early from both sides. So we get interception, touchdown, and now a third touchdown, but not by Baldwin Wallace, by the Muskingum Fighting Muskies. And they have a chance to cut this lead back to 3. 8:04 left to go. That was about a 60-yard drive, total touchdown-wise. Kick of the extra point is up and is good. Number 96, Aaron Myers. So it's 13-10. Your Yellow Jackets lead with 8:04 left in the second quarter. Again, my name is Spencer Terry here on the BWYellowJacket.com. Usually you're listening to Mr. Matt Florjancic. He is not here today. Don't worry, you get him back next week. And Yellow Jacket basketball also starts up next week. They're at home, their home opener. So don't miss that either. I'll have the call of that. Florjancic will have the call of the football team. It's in that season now, I guess. Well, the MLB's over now, but a little bit ago, we were in that prime sports season. You had playoff baseball, the start of NBA, mid-year of the NFL league and college leagues. You had everything, and hockey as well. I can't only forget about hockey. I'm not a big hockey guy, but you had almost 4 of the main sports on it now. Again, baseball's over. Dodgers won the World Series, but I'm a big sports guy, so I love when I can, turn on the TV and you've got some kind of sport on. Here we go, 13-10, 8:04. Myers kick will go all the way into the end zone for a touchback, and for the 4th time today, we will see this Yellow Jacket offense led by Charlie Bubonics take the field. And if you're an Ohio State fan like me, you're wondering what the score is. Again, they're playing Penn State, 14-10. OSU leads Penn State. It got a little worrisome in that first quarter. Will Howard threw a pick 6, a 31-yard pick 6, but he has bounced back 2 passing touchdowns, and the Buckeyes lead 14-10. But we're here at Baldwin Wallace, where the Yellow Jackets lead the Fighting Muskies 13-10. It's Bubonics with Lindberger now back. I believe that's him to his right. A catch is completed to his receiver. A loss of yards. It was Vinny LeMayo, and that is Lindberger back. So, again, we didn't see him on that last drive, just taking a little bit of a rest. He's back on this possession, and it'll be 2nd and 11, a loss of 1 on the play. He's got LeMayo and Donovan Burkett to his left. The handoff goes up the middle to Lindberger. He gets that yard back and maybe one more. It'll bring up third down for this Yellow Jacket offense. 7:20 to go in this second quarter. And again, Muskingum won the toss. They deferred, so they will get the ball to start the second half. And if you're free and in the area, don't forget to come to senior night for the men's soccer team tonight at 7 o'clock. They play Muskingum. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Dropping back, Bubonics has a man on the right side. Catch is completed. First down, Yellow Jackets. What a throw and what a catch on the sideline. A little toe tap action. First down, number 9, Oliver Keller. What a throw and what a catch. And a drive that looked like it was going to be a 3 and out. They take a deep shot down the right side of the field, and they're in Muskingum territory. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Bubonics, hand off to Lindberger up the middle. He'll get about 4 or 5. We'll say 5. It'll be second down and 5 with 6:35 to go. 2 passing touchdowns for Bubonic, and 1 rushing touchdown on the other side of things for Slagle. A little bit of an offensive game so far. We haven't seen too much defensive stops other than the interception. Bubonics dropping back across left side, has his receiver wide open. 20, 15, makes a move, still inbounds. 10, 5. What a move by number 11, Vinny LeMayo. He's already got 1 receiving touchdown on the day. He almost just had his second with that great move to escape a tackle. And again, just like that, an offensive drive that looked like it was going to be a 3 and out. 2 huge plays. And the Yellow Jackets are at the Muskingum 5-yard line. First and 5 with 5:50 to go in this second quarter. 13-10, Baldwin Wallace leads the Fighting Muskies, threatening to score again. 3 receivers to the right for Bubonics. Now 1 motions to the left. Handoff goes to Lindberger, untouched, almost all the way up into the end zone, and he's able to score. George Lindberger. Add another 6 Yellow Jackets. It's 19-10. I haven't seen a ton of rush plays from this Yellow Jacket offense, but a great 5-yard gain from Lindberger, and he gets his touchdown. 19-10, the extra point, looking to make it another 10-point lead. Joseph Evans, he's 1 for 2 on the day, missed his first, made his second extra point. This will be his 3rd of the day. Evans, kick up, good. 20-10, the Yellow Jackets lead the Muskies. And ever since that opening drive, the Yellow Jackets have scored on their last 3, 2 receiving and a rushing touchdown. And again, right after the Muskies come down and score on a drive, the Yellow Jackets say, we're not done yet. Give us another one. It's 20-10 with 5:32 to go in the second quarter. A little note, Baldwin Wallace's record this year when passing for 200 yards or more is 3-1. I don't know exactly, we'll get the stats at halftime, how much passing yards Bubonic has, but he's got to be at least over 100 already just off of some of these big pass plays he's made. Again, they are 3-1 when passing for 200 yards or more. Total of 400 yards or more, they're 3-0. Back deep to receive for the Fighting Muskies is number 6, Davion Grant. He will return at the 10. Ball's out, bobbled, and recovers it at the 15. It was an awkward landing. His hands were kind of near the feet position of himself, and it just hit both his hands and shoes at the same time. Luckily, the Muskies were able to dive on it, so that offense will start at their own 15-yard line. A long way to go for the Fighting Muskies, and they've got 5 minutes and 30 seconds to do it. And again, they will get the ball to start the second half. Baldwin Wallace averaging about 27 points per game. And it's about 7 points off the turnovers. There hasn't been a turnover yet from this Muskie defense. Run play from Slagle up the middle. They might give him a yard. They'll give him 1 yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. I don't want to say anything yet, but there's no such thing as announcer jinx. We have not had a single flag today, and we've played a whole full quarter and almost a whole second quarter. So there's 5 minutes to go in this second quarter. A clean game, 20-10. Baldwin Wallace leads by 10 against the Muskingum Fighting Muskies. Fake handoff, passes complete to Trevonte Kitt up the middle to the 20. A gain of about 3 or 4. It'll bring up 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Fighting Muskies. The tackle was made on the play by number 6, Olden Steele. It's 3rd down, and there's a chance this Yellow Jacket team could get the ball back with around 4 minutes to go in this second quarter. Again, the Muskies will get the ball to start the half. Down 10. Gurney dropping back. Left side has a receiver tied up. No flag, brings up 4th down. A great defensive stand from Dom Tromba on the left side, and that'll bring up 4th down, and the kicking unit for the Muskies will come on. And again, like I stated, the Yellow Jackets have about 4:05 to go. Both teams have all timeouts remaining. If you're the Yellow Jackets, you're looking to score again. And again, they average 27 points a game. They've got 20 here in this first half already. Muskingum averaging about 24 points a game and 13 points off the turnovers. Punt is up and good. Returned at about the 44. Breaks a few tackles up the left side. Still going on the left side. 45, 50, 52, and driven out of bounds are the Yellow Jackets. It was Colin Quinlan it looked like he was going to be brought down right where he caught it, but he somehow comes out of the pile and is able to get into Muskingum territory. And there you go, 3:50 to go in the second quarter. You've got 3 timeouts, and you're already up 10. You're a great spot if you're a Yellow Jacket right now. It's 1:46, which means the other games around the conference have started up. (20-10) with 3:50 to go in this second quarter. 3 receivers to the right. Handoff to Singleton up the middle. A huge burst of speed and a 1st down for Tyrone Singleton. I'll give him about 15 on the carry. So while the rushing game hasn't been used, or the run game, hasn't been used a whole lot by the Jackets, when it's been used, it's been effective. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's Connor Awad, the 1 to the left, 2 to the right. 2 backs as well by Bubonics. Handoff up the middle. The defender misses. Left side, 30. Hey, stiff arm and driven out of bounds is Singleton. He'll get about 3. Or no, they're going to give him 2 at the 30-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 8 with 3:08 to go in this second quarter. So 2nd and 8, under 3 to go. 1 receiver to the right, 3 to the left, and Singleton next to Bubonics. Bubonics dropping back, looking on that right side, nothing there. Across the middle, left side has his receiver. Number 1, catch is made. 1st down, it's Connor Awad, and they are going to give him the 1st down. Another Jackets 1st down, 2:35 to go. Again, threatening to score are the Yellow Jackets. Connor Awad, who already has a receiving touchdown today. The other one goes to Vinny LaMeo, excuse me. .207 to go in this second quarter. It's 20-10. Baldwin Wallace leads. Bubonics has two receivers to the right, one to the left. Bubonics dropping back, looking, scrambles, still looking. He's going to just take it himself for a gain of about 5. And that'll bring up second down, able to get out of bounds as well. They'll give him about 5, so great job from Charlie Bubonics. Didn't have a receiver open that time. That's the first time we've really seen him scramble. And that'll be the 2-minute timeout warning. Again, Baldwin Wallace leads 20-10. A gain of 5 from the run on Charlie Bubonics. They're at the Muskie 18-yard line, so 18 yards out. And again, they've got both teams have all 3 timeouts. We've yet to see a timeout other than this 2-minute warning one, and we've yet to see a flag. We're about to play a whole half of football without a flag. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen it. I'm sure it's been done, but D3 football, you expect a few flags here and there. 20-10 is the score. Again, next week, Ohio Northern comes to town to take on the Yellow Jackets. That game will start at 1:30. And again, if you're a big Ohio Athletic Conference person, you also want to tune into that Marietta Mount Union, the battle of the 6-0 teams. That'll be the battle for first place. That's assuming Mount Union beats Capital and Marietta beats Wilmington. But that will most likely be the battle for first place next week. Bubonics drops back, has a receiver to the right. Across the middle, what a move! Catch is brought down, holds on after the hit. Another passing touchdown and another Yellow Jacket touchdown. It was Tim Conwell. I saw the move out of the corner of my eye, did a little shake move, got the defender off of him, and again was pretty open in that end zone. And just like that, it's 26-10. Yellow Jackets lead the Fighting Muskies. It'll be Joseph Evans again to attempt the extra point. Evans, extra point. He's been perfect since the first miss and will remain perfect. 27-10. In my mind, do the Jackets look dominant? I thought it was going to be a rough one. You throw that interception, some quarterbacks, the mental state of the head and that goes out the window, but Bubonics has come out here and has put together 3 scoring drives straight after that. 4 scoring drives straight. A passing touchdown to Awad, a passing touchdown to LeMayo. And then you get the Lindberger rush touchdown, and then in just 2 minutes, they score yet again Bubonics' 3rd passing touchdown. And the 3rd one goes to number 80, Tim Conwell. And again, for this Baldwin Wallace team, who's averaging 27 points per game, they've already hit it, and we've still got time left in the second quarter. And this is a Baldwin Wallace team who's been good flag-wise all year. Only 11 penalties all year. Haven't gotten one here today. Davion Grant will return the kick cleanly this time. He's at the 20. Around the left side, evades a few defenders, and he's brought down at about the 23-yard line where the Muskies will take over with 1:40 to go. They've got all 3 timeouts, and if you're a Fighting Muskie, you've got to try to put some type of point up on the board on this drive. And you can't allow the Jackets to force a 3 and out. Because theoretically, if you're a Yellow Jackets, you force a 3 and out, you've got all 3 timeouts. With how your offenses have played, I'd be confident trying to make a move with 45 or a minute left in this second quarter. Garrett Gurney. He's got a back to his right, 2 receivers on each side. Gurney dropping back across the middle, incomplete. It was Tromba there on the defense. The intended receiver was Travonte Kitt. Not able to get a hold of it, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Only wasted 4 seconds on the clock. (27-10). Baldwin Wallace leads the Fighting Muskies. They will take their time. All 3 timeouts each. 2 receivers stacked on the left, 2 receivers stacked on the right, and a back behind Gurney. Gurney drops back, looking left side across the middle. Catch completed for more. About a 14-yard gain. Travis Roberton will be the receiver who made the catch on that play. And again, hurry up offense. 1:29. The clock won't roll until the first down markers are set. And there they are. Gurney dropping back across the middle, has a receiver caught and gets about a yard or two. The Jacket defense was there. That pass was completed to number 8, Gannon Unger, the tight end. And the Muskies not electing to use their timeouts. It's 2nd and 9. Unger gets a yard. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Gurney. Gurney looking right. Has a man across the middle. It's Kit. Catch is made. Brought down at the 40-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd down, 50 seconds to go. And here we go. We're going to get a timeout, Yellow Jackets. So like I said, they had all 3. It'll be about 3rd and 4 for the Muskies with 49 seconds to go in this second quarter. A beautiful day for football. Sunny, not too many clouds. It is football season, ladies and gentlemen. Receiving-wise, Conwell came into the game with 32 receptions for 405 yards. He was the leading receiver on this team. 6 touchdowns. You can add on some more yards and another touchdown to that. Vinny LeMayo, 24 receptions for 290 yards with 3 touchdowns. You can add another one onto that. And then Awad, who had 19 for 155 all year and 3 touchdowns. He's got 4 now. So LeMayo and Awad both go to 4 touchdown receptions. And then Conwell gets his 7th of the season. So before the game, they had 17 total receiving touchdowns. They're now up to 20 with a 3 from Bubonics today. 3rd and 4, 49 seconds for Gurney and his offense to try to make something happen. Gurney dropping back across the left side, has his receiver Kit, and it's not able to be brought in. Travante Kit was pretty open. Aiden Steele was there, but he wasn't looking. It looked like Kit could have brought that in, but that'll bring up 4th down, and the punt team will come on, and Baldwin Wallace will have about 43 seconds, so a great timeout from the Yellow Jackets and head coach Jim Hilvert, trying to apply some more pressure. Colin Quinlan back again for the Yellow Jackets. Punt is away. This one goes right out of bounds into the Yellow Jackets sideline. And the Yellow Jackets will get this ball, it looks like at the 40. I thought it was a little shorter. They're going to mark them at the 40. Hard to tell when you're up this high, but so the Yellow Jackets will get the ball at the 40. They have 33 and 2 timeouts. We'll see what Jim Hilvert and his offense elects to do. You're up 17. You could, 2 timeouts. You maybe take a deep shot or 2 if you wanted, but there's really no need. Probably just see short routes from Bubonics. Bubonics dropping back. A little short route to the right side to missing 1 tackle. And brought down, it was number 11, Vinny LeMayo. And that will do it, it looks like, for the first half. No, the Jackets are going to hurry up. They've got 17 seconds. The Muskies get the ball to start the second half. 15 seconds now, up 17. Bubonics dropping back across the middle. Has a receiver wide open, and he wasn't able to bring it in. It was Tim Conwell across the middle. The Muskie defense was slacking, and if he was able to bring in that one-handed catch, he is gone. Baldwin Wallace just barely missing out on another touchdown opportunity. 8 seconds left to go in this first half. What a beautifully drawn up play call. Bubonics, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And we're going to get a timeout from the Fighting Muskies. So now 2 timeouts each for each team. When I tell you that Tim Conwell was wide open, Now the throw was a little overthrown. He almost made that one-handed grab, but what a catch that would have been, and he would have scored. I would like to say that both defenders in the area were behind him. So 8 seconds left. It's 3rd and 5. 27-10. Baldwin Wallace leads by 17. Lindberger had 75 rushing attempts for 321 yards total. He only had 1 touchdown coming into today. He gets his second. Tyrone Singleton only has 1 as well. He's had a great day on the ground. And the man who's ran 3 in Xavier Bolson. 28 carries for 213 yards. Eric Yeiter still looking for his first win against the Yellow Jackets. Bubonics across the middle, catches made, a little flip pass, and he's going to get out of bounds with about a second to go. What a play. It was Connor Awad who made the catch, and then he just flipped it to another receiver. No, it was Lindberger. He flipped it to Lindberger, and they get out of bounds with 1 second to go. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Baldwin Wallace just really trying to apply some pressure. Still on the offensive, even though they're up 17. Bubonics dropping back. This will be the last play of the half. Scrambling. They're just going to throw it deep. Bubonics tackled in the backfield. Not able to do anything with that possession. That'll be the first half. Baldwin Wallace leads 27-10 after what was looking to be maybe a bad sight. An interception thrown on the first drive. Baldwin Wallace up until this drive. Now, this drive was hurried up and not a lot of time. And, again, that wasn't even a 4th down play. They have scored on every single offensive possession besides that first possession. Going into the half, Baldwin Wallace leads 27-10. Don't go anywhere. Come right back here for some second half action.
together for the best in the Midwest, the brand new UAC, the band and a man. Please welcome your 2024 BW Marching Yellow Jackets. Now hold on to your seats as the beat of the band brings you a Duke Ellington Hot Latin Special Caravan. 2 features our spectacular color guard section, trumpet soloist Alex Detmer and guard member Naya Abshire. In 1964, the British rock group The Animals made this song famous, singing "There's a House Down in New Orleans." Fans, get ready as the B.W. Band plays House of the Rising Sun. B.W. fans, if you like that, you're going to love this legendary Santana tune. Now hang on and get ready. It's time to get down with the B.W. Band as they play Santana's Everybody's Everything. Up next, the band will perform our show-stopping finale featuring our drumline, the B.W. Thunderjackets. Also featured in this tune are trumpet soloist Isaac Zabarski, trombonist Jackson Mazzella, mellophone Cody Grimmett, and guard member Mac Fisher. Now hang on as the B.W. Band is excited to share with you the Larry Kirchner Latin region of Chuck Mangio's Eternal.
back for some second half action. A minute left on the scoreboard clock. Today's game brought to you by University Hospitals Drunski Sports Medicine Institute, proud official health care provider of BW Athletics and its student athletes. BSN Sports and Nike, the official apparel and uniform provider for Yellow Jacket Athletics. Dana Andrews and Olympic Forest Products, a global recycling company. City Barbecue celebrating 25 years of competition. Quality Barbecue, the Oswald Company, risk and insurance leaders since 1893. Barron Bus Lines, the official charter bus company of the Yellow Jacket Athletics. Mike's Bar and Grill in downtown Berea, a great place before or after any Yellow Jacket event. And Medical Mutual of Ohio, the official healthcare provider of Baldwin Wallace University. Second half action about to be underway. Muskies will receive the kick in the third quarter. They won the toss and deferred. Baldwin Wallace leads 27-10. The first half recap. A Jacket offense starts their first drive with an interception, and after that they haven't looked back. 4 touchdown, 3 passing, 1 rushing, 208 passing yards for Charlie Bubonics, and 3 passing touchdown, 1 rush touchdown from George Lindberger. Let's have some fun. Second half action underway. 27-10 in favor of the Jackets, and here comes Davion Grant at the 10. Now at the 20, left side of the field at the 25, gets to about the 29, and that's where this Muskingum offense will try and get themselves back into the game. And there's our first flag of the game. It came in late after the play. It went a whole first half, and on the second play, in the first play of the second half, we get a flag. And again, it came in late after everyone was pretty much almost gone. We'll wait to see what the call is. It was unsportsmanlike conduct on the receiving team. It was the receiver of the kick, Davion Grant. So take back that decent gain or decent return, I will say. Take that back. And now the Muskies, instead of being at their 29-yard line, or at their own 29-yard line, they will be at their own 14-yard line. So not ideal if you're the Muskies starting out this second half and again trying to, start your comeback. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gurney, handoff up the middle is the first play. Stop for about a yard or 2. And it was Elijah Slagle. He was the only one on this Muskingum team who scored a touchdown in the first. He's got 1 rushing touchdown. Second and 9, a gain of 1 on the play by Slagle. 14:24 left in the third quarter. Gurney, 2 receivers, 3 receivers to his left. Looking that way to his left, he's got blockers. Big hit after the catch was made. Catch was made by Travis Roberson, and the hit came in. It was a swarm of Yellow Jackets, but it was Zach Zool was the first one there, and he laid a hard hit right as that ball hit Roberson's hands. And again, that'll bring up a quick 3rd and 16. No, 3rd and 9. Excuse me. So 3rd and 9, 13:45 to go. Jackets lead 27-10. Gurney dropping back, 2 receivers to the left, takes a shot. No, it was in the hands of Davion Grant, and it just went right through his hands. He would have had the first down. He was pretty open, but that'll bring up 4th down, and already the punt unit is on for the Muskies. And Colin Quinlan is back at around the Jacket 45 to receive the punt. 27-10, 13:36 to go in this third quarter. Punt is away. Quinlan looking for it. Fair catch signal is made at around the 43-yard line, and that is where Charlie Bubonics and his offense yet again will take the field. $13:29 to go College football Saturday. D3, D2, D1, whatever you're feeling. Ohio State, Penn State, that game's still on there in the third quarter. 5 minutes left there. Ohio State leads 17-13. Penn State just kicked a field goal. Ohio State came out of the half with their opening drive, stormed all the way down, was held to a field goal. Yellow Jacket football, 27-10 is the score. Bubonics, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. And the opening drive of the second half will be a handoff to Lindberger, who gets about 3, and it'll be 2nd down and 7. No, make it 2, a 2nd down and 8. Great job from this offensive side of the things from the Yellow Jackets. They've used the pass game. They've used the run game of both Lindberger and Singleton. They've both had their moments. 13 minutes to go. 2nd and 8. 2 receivers to the left. Bubonics. Fake handoff. Keeps. Passes completed to the left side. Tripping. Falling out of bounds. Ball came out, but he was already out of bounds. A gain of about 5. The pass was complete to number 88, Austin Shuck. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4. So a gain of about 4 on the play. Third and 4 for this Yellow Jacket team. Remember, every offensive drive after the interception has resulted in a score. Up the middle, Lindberger stops short. It'll bring up around 4th and 2. I say every drive except that one right before the half, but you really don't count that as a full drive. Time had just expired. The punt unit will come on for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. And again, so since the interception and the 4 touchdown score, this is the first time the punt unit for the Jackets will see the field. It is 4th and 2. The Jackets elect not to go for it. And again, this is the first time we will see this punt unit on the field. It's Joseph Evans to punt it away deep to Davion Grant. Punt is away. Great punt, fair catch at the 10-yard line. And that is where the Muskies will go. They've got 90 yards to go if they want to score a touchdown and even this game up, or bring this game back, I should say. They are down 17. A touchdown would make it 10. With 11:40 to go here in this third quarter. We talked rushing, we talked passing, or we talked receiving, passing-wise. Bubonics on the year, completion percentage 71.5 and 1,500 passing yards. He had 208 in that first half. Let's go to Gurney and his offense. Right side of the field, Gurney still has it scrambling, just trying to get a yard or two. He'll get maybe a yard before he's forced out of bounds, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Knocked out of bounds by number 25, Tyler Smith, the linebacker. And they won't even give him the yard. It looks like he went right out of bounds at the marker. So it's 2nd and 10. 2 receivers on the left, 2 to the right, and a back in Elijah Slagle behind Gurney. Flag on the play. Second flag of the day. And it looks like it'll be... it doesn't look the refs really fully know. Now they'll mark it. It'll be a false start on number 65 of the Muskingum offense. So now pushed back a little more. 57 was Foster Wirtz. I was just looking at my roster trying to find 65 to give the people a name, and I thought I maybe hadn't had our updated roster, but the referees were the ones who got it wrong. So the false start was on Foster Wirtz. Now it's 2nd and 15. Gurney across the middle. Travante Kitt has made the catch and is forced out of bounds at about the 12-yard line, trying to gain some yards back before this 3rd and long in a very bad spot if you're the Fighting Muskies. So it'll be 3rd down and about 7 to go. So picking up around 8 on the play was Trevonte Kitt. 10:40 to go in this third quarter. Gurney dropping back. Right side has Kitt. Catches made. Not enough for the first down. They'll be short of the line to gain. And here comes yet again the punting unit for the Fighting Muskies. Alden Steele was the one to bring down Kitt on the reception. He's had a big day defensively. Back deep to receive the punt yet again is Colin Quinlan. Punt is away. It almost got blocked. A risky fair catch, but brought down and just barely missing the blocked punt. And out comes the Yellow Jacket offense yet again. 27-10, 9:51 to go in the third quarter. Three receivers to the left for Bubonics, one to the right, and he's got Singleton to his right as well. Bubonics pass complete on the left side, has a blocker, still going, gets about 4 yards. It was number 11, Vinny LeMayo. We'll bring up second down at about 6. He got to the Muskingum 45-yard line. 27-10, 9:25 to go. 2nd and 7, they gave him 3. Bubonics dropping back. 2 receivers to his left, looking over the middle. Down right, deep shot, has a receiver wide open. 10, 5, touchdown, Yellow Jackets. It was Oliver Keller. Give him a touchdown for the day. Everyone gets one. Awad gets one. Keller now gets one. LeMayo gets one. And Conwell gets one. The 4th passing touchdown and a 45-yard touchdown pass from Bubonics to Keller. The passing game has been unstoppable for Bubonics in the offense today. That is his 4th passing touchdown, and out comes Joseph Evans. He missed the first one today and has been perfect ever since that one goes through. 34-10 here at Baldwin Wallace with 9:10 to go. So right after we see Baldwin Wallace's first punt, they get a great stop on defense, come back down on offense, and a huge 45-yard bomb to Oliver Keller, who's wide open down the left side of the field. And now Baldwin Wallace leads 24. 34-10, a 24-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. So if this game finishes up the way it is heading, Muskingum will drop to 4-4 overall and 3-4 in the conference. The Yellow Jackets will move to 5-3 and 4-3 in the conference. And again, the only other team that is 4-3 and 3-3 is Ohio Northern, who is playing at John Carroll. The return of the kickoff by Muskingum, they get to about the 33 this time. No flags from Grant this time. So the Muskingum offense will start just shy of their own 35-yard line. With 9 minutes to go in this third quarter. 27 points is how many points were scored by Baldwin Wallace in the first half. That is how much they usually average per game. They hit that in the first half, and right out of the gun, pretty much, they score again in this second half, third quarter. 9 minutes to go. Gurney, 2 receivers to his left. The Magic's got to come pretty soon if you're Gurney and you want to start making things happen. Pass complete to Roberson. Has some space on the left side, still going. 45, 47-yard line for Travis Roberson. 8:50 to go in this third quarter. First down for the Muskies at their own 47-yard line. Gurney. Drop back. Left side has a receiver. Catch is made by Davion Grant. And they will give him, no, maybe not on the spot. We'll see where they spot this ball. It is right at the 43. It looked like he had it. They're going to mark him a yard short, though. So it'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Fighting Muskies. 8 minutes to go in this third quarter. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and Davion Grant. Slago behind. Gurney. Handoff up the middle. It's 2nd and 1. Good for the first down and more into Baldwin Wallace territory. A Fighting Muskies first down from Elijah Slago. Zach Zoll was the one to make the stop. So 1st and 10 on the Baldwin Wallace 38-yard line. 7:20 to go in this third quarter. 34-10. Baldwin Wallace leads the Yellow Jackets. Dropping back is Gurney. Has his receiver Kit across the middle. Catch is completed. First down Muskies. This looks like a great offensive drive from the Fighting Muskies. Dravonte Kit gets another first down. That's the 3rd straight for this Fighting Muskies team. They are now at the 26-yard line of Baldwin Wallace. And really the only other time we saw them this close was after that interception return to the 25 on the first possession of the game. Since then, this Fighting Muskies team hasn't been this close, other than the rushing touchdown by Slago. Gurney's got a scramble. And from behind, a huge sack by Baldwin Wallace, number 19. Jordan Smith, number 19, comes from behind Gurney, and Gurney's just not able to go anywhere. A big loss of 5. It's now 2nd and 15. Jordan Smith got there. Gurney felt the pressure, and a loss of 5 now. 2nd and 15. 6:05 to go in the third quarter. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Slago behind Gurney. Gurney drops back, looking left. Now across the middle, has a receiver at the 25. Going for the 20, still on his feet. And gets some good yards to make it 3rd and short. It was Davion Grant. It'll be 3rd and 6. So a gain of about 9 after it being 2nd and 15 from the sack. It's 3rd and 6. Third and 6 for Gurney in his offense. 3 receivers to the right. Gurney looking right, now scrambling. Has to make a move. He's got 1 man to beat. Trips on his own feet, still stays up. He might have got the first down. And what a heck of a run from Gurney. Garrett Gurney is able to scramble and stay up and get the first down for the Fighting Muskies. It looked like he tripped on himself or tweaked his ankle. He stopped mid-play and then just kept going and was just able to get enough. Mount Union up 23-0. Otterbein down 55-7. And John Carroll up 42-0. So it's 1st and 10, 4:35 to go. Gurney dropping back, looking right side, has his receiver, not able to be hauled in. The intended receiver on that right sideline was number 8, the tight end, Gannon Unger. 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10, 4:30 to go in this third quarter. 34-10. The only points scored this quarter was that 45-yard touchdown pass completed to number 9, Oliver Keller. 250-plus passing yards from Bubonics today. 2nd and 10. Gurney Fake pass to the backfield. Has his tight end Unger over across the middle of the field. Unger still staying on the feet. No, ball's out at the 1 yard line. And I believe the Jackets jumped on it just as the Muskingum Fighting Muskies were going to score. The ball came out at the 1 yard line. And they say Yellow Jacket football. What a play on the defensive side of things. Number 21, Zach Zoll comes up with it. It came out at the 1 yard line. Unger had a great look across the middle, was fighting 2 defenders, and made it all the way to the 1 yard line before it was punched out. What a stop by the Yellow Jackets. Just as it looked like this team had gained back some life, the Yellow Jackets take it and rip it out and say, no, this is still our game. 34-10. Yellow Jackets lead by 24, and are now at the 1 yard line of their own territory. And they get the defense to jump. We'll make sure it's the actual call, but it looked like the defense jumped. What a great job this offense has done today. We will await the call from the Whitecap. 4:19 to go. Nathan Thomas offsides was the call, so now a little bit of leeway for this Baldwin Wallace team. Instead of being stuck at that 1 yard line, they're now at their own 6. But what a job overall from this team today. You come off a bad loss last week against number 25 ranked Marietta, and they just have had a huge game today. It looked like they were about to let up another touchdown, and then at the 1 yard line, they stripped the ball loose. And now the offense has some room to work. Lindberger down the middle, runs over a defender, runs over another defender, and gets the first down. So now another first down for this Baldwin Wallace team. Martavius Johnson was the one that brought down Lindberger. It's now 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line. They're going to go back to Lindberger again. Left side, has a hole, gets a 4 or 5 yard gain, and still pushing, and now he's brought down with about 3:35 to go. It looks like they're going to give him 5, maybe even 6. No, they'll go 5. So 2nd and 5. Lindberger has been the huge early start to this drive, of course, because they were backed up so deep. Now they did get the defense off sides, and then a huge 10-yard run from Lindberger, and now brings up 2nd and 5 after they secured the first down. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Bubonics dropping back, looking right, one-on-one coverage, deep, thrown, just overthrown. It was out of bounds anyways. Even if Oliver Keller was there, I don't think he would have hauled it in. What a great attempt downfield, though. There is a flag in the backfield of the play. Here's the call. Another flag against the Muskingum defense. Number 35, Number 33 was Jaden Humphrey roughing the passer, so add 15. So while the deep pass didn't work, you get a free 15 off of roughing the passer, and now you get a fresh set of downs, and this Yellow Jacket offense is moving. Bubonics has 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left, as well as Lindberger to his left. Bubonics. And off to Lindberger. No, that's Singleton now in the game. He gets about 5, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 5. Number 44, Martavius Johnson, was there to stop Singleton from going any further. Under 3 minutes to go. It's 34-10. And they gave Singleton 6 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 4. Two receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Now motioning to the left is Keller. Bubonics motions him back to the right. Handoff goes to Singleton up the middle. Has a small hole. 3, maybe 4. He might have been able to get it. The ref on the Baldwin Wallace side says move the sticks. We'll see where they mark it. No, they're going to mark him a yard short. So it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Yellow Jackets. And the Yellow Jacket coaching booth is right next to me, so if you hear some yelling, that's why. They're saying, line up, let's go. It's 3rd and 1, under 2 minutes to go, trying to get this 1 yard. And we'll now slow things down and look back to the sideline. Handoff goes to Singleton, up the middle, gets enough for the 1 yard gain. And that'll be a fresh set of downs with 1:35 to go in this 3rd quarter. Again, no scores other than the 45-yard bomb to Oliver Keller with about 9 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. It's been pretty silent up to then, but again, this offensive side of things from the Yellow Jackets moving again. First and 10, 1:10 to go. 34-10 is the score. Yellow Jackets lead by 24. 2 receivers to the left. Keller motioning. Handoff again goes to Singleton on the right side. Breaks 1 tackle. Gets away from another one. 50, 45, and out of bounds. A first down for Tyrone Singleton. He's been huge on the ground today. And now into Muskingum territory. Remember, this drive started at the 1 yard line of Baldwin Wallace. If they score, it'll be a 99-yard drive. First and 10 at the 44-yard line of Muskingum. 40 seconds to go in this 3rd quarter, so 1 play will have to be run at least. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Singleton is to the left of Bubonics. Keller motioning back to the right. Fake handoff. Gurney keeps cross middle, has his receiver open, first down and more. All the way to the Muskingum 30-yard line. It was number 88, Austin Shuck. They're going to mark him down, actually, I believe, at the 31-yard line with 5 seconds to go. Time will run out. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's 34-10. Yellow Jackets lead by 24. We've got 1 quarter to go. A 3rd quarter recap. Not a whole lot of scoring. Again, as I mentioned, Muskingum starts with the ball. They do nothing with it. We finally see the Yellow Jacket punt team come out after they get the ball for the first time in the second half and aren't able to do anything with it. And then the second time that Yellow Jacket team gets the ball, they waste no time. A 45-yard passing touchdown to Oliver Keller. I don't know the exact number, but Bubonics has at least passed for 250-plus yards. 4 passing touchdowns to Awad. Keller's got 1. Conwell's got 1. And LeMayo has 1 as well. And you can't forget about the George Lindberger rush touchdown. It was a 5-yard rushing touchdown back in the first half. And again, threatening to move. They had to start at their own 1 because the defense, who stood pretty tall for most of the day, they had a good drive going. And they punched it out at the 1 yard line. It was Unger who looked like he was going to score, and at the last second, the Yellow Jackets said, we'll take that. So now, in the Muskingum 31-yard line, 34-20, the Jackets lead the Fighting Muskies. OSU Penn State still 17-13, battle of the 4th and 3rd ranked teams. 15 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Bubonics, a little slant pass to the right, has his receiver on the right side, almost broke away. It was number 11, Vinny LeMayo. And that'll be about 2nd and 2 or 3 now. It'll be 2nd and 3. $14:35 to go in this 4th and final quarter. What will most likely be the final quarter. Bubonics drops back, has a receiver on the left side, catches made, has a block, breaks 1 tackle, 20, breaks another tackle, 15, still going. 13-yard line is where that play will be ruled dead. It was Conwell who had that receiving touchdown earlier. So another first down, still driving into Muskingum territory. Again, this was a drive that started at their own 1 yard line. They are now at the Muskingum 14. That just tells you how dominant this offense has been today. 14 minutes to go in this 4th quarter. Bubonics dropping back, has 4 passing touchdowns today already. Taking a shot in the left end zone. No good. Tight coverage. They were looking for number 86, the tight end, Mason Williams, but not able to be hauled in. Five total touchdowns on the day from the Yellow Jackets, 4 passing, 1 rushing. Bubonics trying to get his 5th passing touchdown of the day. 2nd and 10 at the Muskingum 14. They can get another first down if they get to the 4. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Bubonics. Hand off to Singleton. Has some room on the right side. If he breaks another tackle, he could get it. 10, 5. Singleton still going. Not enough for the touchdown, but he will get the first down. Yep, so they will give him the first down. It'll be 1st and 4 with 13:45 to go. And again, this is going to be a 99-yard touchdown if they score. Just a dominant offensive showing today from the Yellow Jackets. And this is what you'd like to see after coming off a loss last week, an ugly loss, if you say. Singleton up the left side, still pushing. He gets maybe a yard or 2, but he'll be short. It'll be 2nd down. So 2nd and goal. Singleton got 2 on the play. Singleton in the backfield. Bubonics, hands off. Singleton still kicking. We'll see if they even give him 1 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down. Third and 1. So they give Singleton another yard. I guess the question becomes, do you kick a field goal? You're up 24. Most would consider this 2-down territory. You're at the 1-yard line. Snacked box, Singleton to the left of Bubonics. Bubonics, keeps it. Has a receiver in the end zone, wide open, touchdown! The 5th passing touchdown of the day for Charlie Bubonics. And it goes to number 9, Oliver Keller, his 2nd. He had the huge 45-yard receiving touchdown back in the 3rd quarter, and now gets his 2nd receiving touchdown. And it's 40-10. The Yellow Jackets lead by 30. And out comes Joseph Evans again, who has been perfect ever since that first missed field goal. He has now been perfect. 6 total touchdowns. And Evans remains perfect ever since the first one. He's 5 for 6 on extra points. And it is a 41-10 game. That was a 99-yard drive that resulted in a 1-yard pass touchdown completion to Oliver Keller. So Keller's got 2 receiving touchdowns, 1 to Awad, 1 to LeMayo, and 1 to Conwell. 5 passing touchdowns for Charlie Bubonics. What a day. OSU just kicked the field goal. They're up 20-13. Another close game, Duke, Miami. And Duke's hanging in there with number 5, Miami. 32-28. Miami leads by 4 in the 4th. Here in the 4th with 12 minutes to go, Baldwin Wallace leads 41-10. The kickoff goes to Davion Grant at the 15, 20, 25, now 30. Still going, 35. 37-yard line is where Davion Grant takes it out to. He's been pretty good other than the muffed kick earlier in the first half. But this Baldwin Wallace defense has stood tall and have looked great all game. Again, even when they allow a drive to kind of sort of produce, they are able to strip it out at the 1-yard line and take the life out of this Fighting Muskies team. So just under 12 minutes to go. You pretty much need a miracle if you're the Fighting Muskies. Down 31. Three receivers to the left, one to the right for Gurney. Looking across the middle, has the receiver Grant. Hit big, ball's out. A huge hit from the Jackets. Ball's out. Yellow Jacket football. What a huge hit on Davion Grant. It was number 35, Dom Tromba, who came up with it. I don't know who laid the hit. But just like that, Bubonics in the offense will come back on the field. It was forced by number 6, Alden Steele. So Steele came in and laid the huge hit on Grant. And 41-10 with under 12 to go. And now the offense is back on the field. And it's actually not going to be Bubonics. It's going to be Xavier Bolson. So that will end the day for Bubonics. Around 300 passing yards, 5 passing touchdowns. And we'll see a lot of backups here. Huge run up the middle for the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. It was number 43, Josiah Sessler, for another Jacket first down. Martavius Johnson was the one who brought down Sessler. Three receivers to the right for Bolson, one to the left, Or 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Bolson, hand off to Sessler again. Another huge hole at the middle. Sessler still going. 15, 10. 2 back-to-back huge holes for Josiah Sessler. And just like that, the Yellow Jackets are back in the red zone. 6 for 6 when in the red zone for the Yellow Jackets on touchdowns. 41-10, under 11 minutes to go on the 12-yard line of the Muskies. Bolson, hand off to Sessler again. This time he stops short. He gets about 2. It'll bring up second down and 8. 41-10, 10-20 to go. Bolson, the QB in. Bubonics, 300 passing yards, 5 passing touchdowns. Lindberger had a rush touchdown. And now threatening to score again after the forced fumble. Sessler, up the middle. 10, 5, end zone. Did he get in? They will mark it a touchdown. Josiah Sessler gets in for the Yellow Jackets. He had 1 rushing touchdown prior to that. He's had 51 yards rushing all year. He about got 30 on that drive alone, maybe more. And it's now 47-10, Yellow Jackets. Ten minutes to go still in the fourth quarter. Evans, kick up. That one is no good. Kicked it way too low. So the 7th touchdown of the day. Evans is 5 for 7, but they are 7 for 7 on touchdowns in the red zone. The Yellow Jackets, a dominant performance on offense today, and the defense has looked just as good. 10 minutes to go. John Carroll up 42-0. Mount Union up 23-0. And with about 23 seconds left, Heidelberg is going to beat Otterbein 55-7. Now, we don't have a score on the Marietta game, so 20-13 for the Buckeye-Penn State game. 10 minutes left in that game. Davion Grant back deep for the Fighting Muskies. And it'll be Jacob Russell now to lead the kickoff. I mean, you got to wonder if even Joseph Evans' day is done. Up this big, up 37 now. The kick from Russell to Grant at the 10. Now 15-20. Left side, 25, 30, 35, 40, still going, 44-yard line is where Davion Grant, he has been huge on the kick returns today, but every other aspect of this Fighting Muskies game has been almost non-existent. So they will mark him at the 44-yard line. We'll wait to see who comes out on offense for this Fighting Muskies team, if it will be Gurney or if it will be someone else. And it will still remain Garrett Gurney with under 10 to go. Three o'clock, just passing over 2 hours here. Under 10 to go, 47-10 in favor of the Baldwin Wallace Yellow Jackets. Gurney dropping back, looking right side, underthrown, but able to make a catch. The Yellow Jackets think he didn't get it, but the receiver or the sideline referee says he made the catch. So the catch is completed. It's a gain of about 8, and it'll be 2nd down and 2. $9:30 to go in this fourth quarter. Gurney, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, and a back behind him. And that is not Slago, so his day is most likely over. Gurney dropping back across the middle, catch completed to Unger. Has enough for the first down, just crawls, balls out again! Was he down though? No, he wasn't. Gannon Unger again. He caught it, made a great play, was crawling on his hands for the first down, and the ball just gets punched out after another Jacket pounces in. And just like that, the Jackets get the ball back again. 47-10 and back-to-back punch-outs by the Yellow Jackets. That is the 3rd forced fumble. 1 at the 1-yard line, 1 on the last drive, and then again, Garrett Unger has fumbled. So it's not, we think we have another QB change. We do. Handoff goes up the middle. And a huge gain from, it looks to be Sessler. No, that'll be someone else. Khalid Beesman on the carry. And the QB in for the Jackets is no longer Xavier Bolson. It's Mark Wilson. Wilson, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Ball's out. Gets it back. And will just take the sack. Wilson fumbled the snap a little bit, was able to recover it though, so the Jackets will keep it. And it'll be a 2nd down and very, very long. It'll be a loss of, looks like they mark it 5. So 2nd and 15, 8:15 to go. Wilson will come out after fumbling the snap. And it'll be number 15, Nico Lamonde. Handoff up the middle. It'll be Khalid Beeman on the carry. And again, the quarterback change again. So we've seen Bolson, we've seen Wilson, but Wilson came out. And now Wilson will come back in. It was Nick Caraco, excuse me. He was the quarterback in. Now it's Wilson. Sorry, a lot of changes here for the Jackets. They're throwing guys in and out. So it's Wilson now, the QB for the Jackets. And he's got Beeman to his left. Hand off to Beeman. Up the middle. A gain of about 2. Gets to the 40. And that'll bring up 4th down. With around 7 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. And the coach's box next to me is saying, go for it. 4th and 8, under 7 to go. Just trying to kind of drain the clock here if you're the Yellow Jackets. And they are going to go for it. They've got 8 yards to go, 4th and 8, 6:40 to go in this fourth quarter. Wilson dropping back, scrambling, still scrambling. Has a room. He's got a huge hole on the right side. Going for the first down, 30, 25, brought out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And it's number 2, Mark Wilson, one of the backup QBs who has a great job scrambling and is able to make a few spin moves and you get the first down. What a great play call on 4th down. And what a great job by the backup QB to escape that pressure and keep the play alive. And with that, the clock will run even more. 6:10 to go in this fourth quarter. $5:54 to go. Another quarterback change. It's Beeman up the middle. The quarterback in is Nick Calarocco. $5:35 to go. And again, Baldwin Wallace will just drain this clock as much as they can. You probably will not see a timeout from the Fighting Muskies. $5:15 to go. 2nd and 7. Baldwin Wallace leads 47-10. Handoff up the middle. Going still maybe enough for the first down. We'll see where they mark them. That was Jackson Polly on the carry. And they're going to mark him just about a yard or two short. They'll go 3rd and 2nd with under 5 to go. Calarocco, the quarterback, and he's got Jackson Polly to the right of him. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Polly gets the carry up the middle, gets the first down, and maybe a yard more. That is enough for the first down for Jackson Polly. So now 4:20 to go in this fourth quarter. The Jackets are going to just try to milk this clock as much as they can. And out will come Calarocco, and back in will go Mark Wilson. So those two just kind of interchanging from the rest of for the rest of this quarter. $47-10, under 4 to go. Polly on the right side, 15, 10, cuts back inside, trying to get to the 5, just short of it, and a great run from the young Jackson Polly. Flag at the end of the play. We'll wait to see what that was. There was one at around the 4-yard line, and there's one at around the 11-yard line. Here's the call. So it was unsportsmanlike conduct on the defensive lineman number 56, Kenny Page, and he's actually been ejected. I missed what had happened. You've got to just think frustration, but it was unsportsmanlike on number 56, Kenny Page, and his day is over. Again, just a little bit of frustration, I'm sure, on that sideline. So it's 47-10, 3:39 to go, and it's 1st and 3 for the Yellow Jackets. Calarocco, the quarterback, back in, and it's Beeman, the running back. Beeman gets it. Pushing. Did he get in? They're going to mark him a yard short at the 1-yard line. Beeman gets 2 on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 1. So under 3 minutes to go here. Baldwin Wallace, a dominant day. Charlie Bubonics, 5 passing touchdowns, 300 plus passing yards. And the Jackets are up 37, threatening to score again. It's 2nd and 1. Beeman takes it on the right side. A great job from the Fighting Muskies defense to get him. He might even lose a yard. It'll bring up 3rd down. But again, if you're the Yellow Jackets, you're just milking some clock here as well. It looks like Mark Wilson might come back in as the quarterback. So the Muskies will drop to 4-4 and 3-4 in the conference. The Yellow Jackets will move to 5-3 and 4-3 in the conference. And Eric Yiter will still remain beaten by this Baldwin Wallace team. Is yet to pick up a win. He's 0-6. He'll move to 0-7. And the clock will wind down to the 2-minute warning. And with 2 minutes left in the fourth, Baldwin Wallace 47. The Muskingum Fighting Muskies 10. We'll take a look at the schedule coming up. Again, next week, Ohio Northern comes here to Baldwin Wallace. That game is at 1:30. The other games that day, Capital at Muskingum at 1:30. Heidelberg at Wilmington at 1:30. And then the game of the week, if you're an OAC person, Marietta at Mount Union at 1:30. That will most likely decide. We haven't seen the Marietta score. We know Mount Union was up, but both teams will most likely be undefeated going into that, and that will be the battle for first place. And then the other game that week, Otterbein at John Carroll at 1:30. And then November 16th, the last week, Ohio Northern is at Otterbein at 12. Baldwin Wallace travels to Heidelberg at 1:30. Marietta is traveling to John Carroll at 1:30. And then the last two, both at 1:30. Mount Union at Muskingum and Wilmington at Capital. And again, next week will be senior day as well. The Baldwin Wallace football team, along with the cheer team and marching band, will hold its senior day on November 9th when Ohio Northern comes to town. So 3rd and 2, a loss of 1 on the play. 2 minutes to go, 47-10. Beeman gets the carry. No, it'll be Mark Wilson, the quarterback. Keeps it. Mark Wilson keeps it for the touchdown, and the Jackets score again. The backup quarterback, Mark Wilson, adds another rushing touchdown on the day. So that is the 3rd rushing touchdown to go along with 5 passing touchdowns. And it'll be Jacob Russell who will attempt the extra point. So that means Joseph Evans' day is over, and it's 53-10. A chance to make it 53 and go up 44. Russell kick up, good, through, 54-10. A minute 54 to go here in the fourth quarter. And so again, Ohio Northern 4-3, and I believe the scoreboard here at Baldwin Wallace said they won today, which means they will be 5-3 and 4-3 in the conference as well. So that will be another battle for a big 3rd place, maybe 4th place spot, depending on what John Carroll did. I believe they won, so they moved to 6-1 and 6-2 overall. Jacob Russell will be the one to kick. It'll still be Davion Grant for this Yellow Jacket team. $54-10, and after a bad loss to Marietta last week, this Baldwin Wallace Jacket team has come out hot. And if you're a Jacket fan, you've got to hope that that just carries over to next week and you beat Ohio Northern. And then you've got a Heidelberg team that has kind of struggled throughout the year. Ohio State up 2013 with under 2 minutes to go there. This maybe non-intentional squib kick goes to the 35-yard line. That is where Muskingum will take over with a minute 54 to go. So a minute 54 to go. Baldwin Wallace leads by 44. The score of 54-10. It's no longer Gurney taking a deep shot downfield to Davion Grant. Pass is completed. Davion Grant 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Davion Grant. It was the backup quarterback, Caven Cooper. First pass completed. Davion Grant scores. It'll make it 54-16. And that will most likely be the final score, but Muskingum just kind of throwing it down there. It was Caven Cooper just took a shot, and Davion Grant just got a little bit of room and was able to make something happen. Aaron Myers will come on to attempt the extra point to make it 54-17. The only other touchdown scored on the day by the Muskies came from Elijah Slagle. Myers' kick is up and good, so it'll be 54-17. About 10 seconds wasted off the clock with that play. That was it. A minute 43, and with that, the Jackets can just pretty much kneel this thing out. Again, Matt Florjancic will be back next week to announce the last home game of the year. I will be covering the home opener for the men's basketball team here at Baldwin Wallace. And I think we're going to get a timeout maybe by Baldwin. Yeah, Baldwin Wallace will take one of their timeouts. They had 3. They decided to use one there. A minute 43 to go. So again, Baldwin Wallace moves to 5-3 and 4-3 overall in the conference. And Muskingum just flips around. They move to 4-4 overall and 3-4 in the conference. With most other D3 teams, they're 4-3. They play one out-of-conference game, and they usually at the beginning of the year to get warmed up, and then after that begins conference play. Two men back deep to receive for Baldwin Wallace, and it'll still be Aaron Myers to kick it away for the Fighting Muskies. Well, the MVP of today's game, at least, as the kick goes away from Aaron Myers. And we'll hit at the 10, go out of bounds at around the 4. There's a flag on the play. The MVP of the day, if you have to go to someone, is 100% Charlie Bubonics, 300-plus passing yards, 5 pass touchdowns, 1 to Awad, 2 to Oliver Keller. LeMayo has 1, and Tim Conwell has 1. Flag on the play was the ball that was kicked out of bounds, so some leeway will be given to Baldwin Wallace, a minute 43, and again, they will just kneel this out. And you can tell the game's over when the coaching staff next to you, they are already packing up. This isn't a close one. They'll head down early and celebrate with the team, and Baldwin Wallace will get right back into game planning for Ohio Northern next week at 1:30. Handoff goes to number 32 of the Yellow Jackets, Will Ostrowski. And that'll take us down to about a minute, and then they will probably just kneel from there. We'll see and wait to see what they do, but (54-17), a minute and 5 to go in this fourth quarter, in what has been a dominant day for Charlie Bubonics and his offense, and as well as the defense. You thought it was going to be rough to start. They throw a pick, allow the field goal, and from there, this defense has stood strong, and the offense has done just the same. Look at number 32, the young Will Ostrowski, just pushing the pile all the way just short of a first down, brings up 3rd and short. 40 seconds to go. They'll have to run one more play. It'll just be a kneel. .30 seconds left. It's 3rd and 1. They will run just one more run play, 15 seconds to go. Handoff goes to the man again up the middle, first down into Muskingum territory, and that'll do it. The clock will run 54-17. And the Yellow Jackets, after losing bad to Marietta last week, come home and destroy the Muskingum Fighting Muskies 54-17. Bubonics 5 passing touchdowns, 300-plus passing yards. You give a rushing touchdown to Josiah Seller. You give a rushing touchdown to George Lindberger. And you can't forget the backup QB scoring right at the end, Mark Wilson, with the little 3-yard rush. Your final here at Baldwin Wallace. Baldwin Wallace 54. The Muskingum Fighting Muskies 17. So long, and have a great rest of your Saturday.